BT what, man? What's going on? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, man. Comment, follow your boy, man. Also, make sure you hit the shop, BT Ward 80 on Instagram, man. Hit the shop, get you some merch, man. Also, you can hit the website, btwardclothingcompany.com. Get you some merch as well, man. Support the movie, man. Support the movie. If you want to snap, man, just inbox me. I can get some snaps out to you. I don't have these on the website, man. So, uh, of course, this is all branded, man, for me, Big T Ward LLC, to get my business up and going, man. I'm gonna, advertise that as much as I can. That will get started this time next year, man. But what I want to talk to y'all about today, man, this is for the new drivers or guys thinking about getting CDL. If you watched my last video, man, I gave y'all some info on being a new CDL holder. So this right here is kind of continuation of that video, and talking to y'all about what you're going to do once you get into school. If you go into a school, man, any school that you go to, give y'all some tips on what's going to, or give y'all the information of what's going to be going on or what you're going to go through at the school. So stay tuned for that, man. Also, I'm gonna get into a little bit, man, how I got started, how many years I got in, what I'm doing now, everything, man. So, of course, man, y'all know me as BT Ward, man. Name Terrence Ward. Big T Ward, man, is what I go by. That's my YouTube handle, all my social media handles. Um, I got into trucking, man, in 2009. All right. Not gonna go way before that, but 2009 is when I started. That's when I went to school, C1 Trucking, out in North Little Rock, Arkansas, man. The school no longer exists. Went there. It's a 3-week type of course. So I went there, man. Green, didn't know anything about trucking, never drove stick, anything like that. So I got into the field, man. I went there and, started learning, man. And then we trained in the old school classics. If y'all in, I know them older drivers know the classics, man, with the long nose, like the Pete's and stuff like that, man. Uh, you know, the original push starts. You know what I mean? You had to turn the key and hit the start button, man. So we trained in those. Uh, to me, that was good, man. That was good training because now the trucks now is a lot smaller, and you can maneuver them a lot better than you did with the long nose. So uh, did that, man. Went from there, man. I started out with Pam Transport. Then I went on to Swift, different things like that. I know people talk bad about Swift, man, but Swift was like the only thing you can go to back in them times, man. Back in them days, um, that's all you heard about. So went there, man. Also finished my training. I was, we stayed up north a lot, man. So finished that training out. So once I got, by myself, man, I ended up with Schneider. Stayed with Schneider, man, 3 years. Learned a lot with them. Learned a lot with them, man. Only time I really, considering me making some money is when I did the Family Dollar account. And I had to work for it. Work, man. But then that wasn't even, that wasn't no money. But I was younger. But, you know, that's what I thought was money. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up doing the Family Dollar account, man. Did that and had an accident. And so got out of that, man. I got out of trucking for a while. Um, I went to law enforcement, man. So right after that, I went into law enforcement like a year or two later. Stayed in law enforcement, man, from 2012, 13 year all the way to 17. And then I resigned and got back into trucking, man. So I'll be back into trucking in like 5 more years. So, and all, man, I got like, anywhere from 9 to 10 years experience. So what we doing now, man, me and my wife are currently team drivers, man. We team driving. We're 1099 drivers. If you don't know what 1099 means, we don't do W-2s. We don't do anything like that, man. We kind of calculate everything from fuel to, receipts and different things like that. And that's how you get your taxes, man. That's how you file your taxes. So we do that, man. And we also with a with a good friend of ours, man, we working with. He's we all used to work together, pulling containers and everything, man. So he opened his own place, um, you know, own full-fledged shop, trucks, man, 12, 15 trucks and different things like that. Doing very good for himself, man. And we we're doing UPS. UPS pays well, you know. We're doing pretty well, man. I should say. Once you start doing this game long enough, you start figuring out the good places to go to and the places to stay away from. So we, you know, fortunately, man, got with UPS and all that, man, and Derek, man. Shout out to Derek and his wife Tamika, man. They good people, and you know, we make good, man. We make good. Uh, so can't complain. Can't complain, man. But doing that now, man. So we're currently doing that, and I'm with my best friend, my partner, my backbone. You know, I'm with my A1, my wife every day. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really get any better, man. You know what I mean? We do everything together. We make money together. So I'm with the best person in the world I can be with, man. So since we're doing that, you know, make life easier, man. Both of us are, you know, pulling in decent income, really good income, man, and we can enjoy life and we can enjoy different things. Of course, I got YouTube. There's another income. I got Instagram is another income. You know, we on the cabin. That's another income, man. So we got different things going on, man. So that's what we're currently doing now, man. So let me get into what we're doing, man. What y'all will be doing once you enroll into school. All right. Once you enroll to school, man, I give you a couple of examples. School like KLLM, they're real. They got a nice building, nice classrooms, stuff like that. Nice course outside where you can go, man. They feed you, different things like that. You got other community colleges like Delta Tech University, or you go to another community college that's offering the course. Now, Delta Tech University, man, which is located in Mississippi, South Haven to be exact. They probably got a few others all around, but closest one to us is there. And their course is 5 months, which my wife went to. She went to a 5-month course, man. You know, but that's designed them. That's a money thing for schools. It doesn't take that long, man, but that's a money thing for them. So, but most courses are going to be like 3 weeks. So, you got Roadmaster. I think Snyder used to have their own thing. I don't know if they still do it. Swift used to have their own. All these companies used to have their own school. But what you're going to do when you first get into them schools, man, the first day is, you get there, you do your little orientation phase or however you want to call it, and you sign in a bunch of paperwork. You basically sign a bunch of paperwork, man. You constantly write your name and social and all that stuff down, man, throughout the whole deal. And you're going to get into the classroom work. So right after you do all your little paperwork, classroom work is what you're going to do. So probably like the first day or two is classroom work. So they're going to hit you with the general knowledge course, the air breaks, and all that, man, and the combination. So they're going to hit you with all three of those one day. I'm talking about, you're going to get bombarded, man. Call my boy back, man. I hit him back in a minute. You're going to get bombarded, man, with knowledge. They're going to throw everything at you the first day, right? So if you're a person, man, I don't know how some people can, receive information. They're going to just point out key stuff. There's going to be a lot of info, but they're going to point out key stuff, man. So a lot of them, they're going to give you the answer. I'm just going to be honest. You know what I mean? They're going to give you the answers to it, man. They're going to tell you to highlight this, highlight this, highlight this, and that is going to be exactly what's going to be on the test. They might try to word it a little different here and there, but it's going to be the same answer at the end of the day. So, So it's going to be the same answer, man. Um, but they're going to hit you with the general knowledge. The general knowledge test, man, is 50 questions. So I think out of those 50, man, you can't get too many wrong. Um, can't get too many wrong. Definitely on the air brakes and combination, man, because those are like 25 question tests. So you can't you really can't get too many wrong on that. But the general knowledge, man, is going to be a combination of all three tests. You know what I'm saying? They're going to throw a little bit of information in, from all three. And once you pretty much get general knowledge, you can do the air brakes and you can do all the rest of it. Everything additional, man, like, getting your hazmat, getting your tanker, getting your triples and doubles, getting your passengers, stuff like that, man. You can study those on your own and kind of read over them. And, some schools will go over it. They'll go over the tanker, the hazmat, they'll throw a little bit of hazmat questions in there. But you're going to get bombarded, man, with that info. So you got to be quick, man. You got to be paying attention, listening, getting down to little key words, them little key phrases and stuff like that, man, and go back and read over them and get them, fresh in your brain. Now, once you do all that, let's say you get all that, man, you take all those tests, you pass all three, and then you're out on the pad. Some people call it the pad, some people call it the course, or whatever the case. But we should call it the pad. So now you get out on the pad, and now you're gonna start your backing. You're gonna do backing, man, probably a whole day. You're not gonna even touch the road, bro. You know what I mean? You're not gonna even get out on the road and do anything. You're gonna get in the truck, man. Probably you and another person, or sometimes they just take the person out of the truck and just leave you in there. The instructor's not gonna be in there with you. Okay? Most schools, they're not gonna be in there with you. They're gonna show you how to do it. Once you get in there, they're going to demonstrate. Hey, this is how you do straight line backing. Right? When they say straight line backing, it means straight line backing, man. So they're gonna get in there and demonstrate to everybody. It depends on how big the class is or whatever. So they're gonna get in, demonstrate how to do the straight line backing. Once they demonstrate that, they're going to turn it over to you. Whoever the first person wants to go, whoever wants to do it, hey, we're going to let you go and do your thing. So you want to go in, a good tip for straight line backing, okay? Anybody. You're going to start here, man. This is the top of the steering wheel, okay? The steering wheel like this, you got the sides, you got the top, and the bottom. You'll never hold the bottom, but you got your sides and your top, man. So when you straight line backing, you just do this, turn it 10, you know what I'm saying? And I'm facing the camera, so if it's you, it's 3, you know what I mean? So from my view, you got to think about the clock, it's 12. On this side you got, 9, here you got 3, you know what I'm saying? So, but since I'm facing the camera, for you it'll be 3, you know what I'm saying? 9, 12. So, good little tip, man, to know when you're backing. If your trailer starts to drift, you know what I'm saying? You want to turn towards the drift. You don't want to turn away from the drift. You know what I'm saying? So, let's say your trailer is drifting to the left, right? If your trailer is drifting to the left, you want to turn to the left because you want to get your truck back up under there. You know what I'm saying? Because if your truck this way, your trailer going this way. You know what I mean? So if your trailer start to drift, man, simply hit the 3. For you guys, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be the 9. So you hit it, you know what I'm saying? Turn 12, boom. 12, boom. You know what I'm saying? You go, 12, 3, 12, 9, 12, 3. And whatever way the truck is drifting, you turn to the drift. So that way you get your truck back in. You don't have to turn, some people overturn, man, trying to, they overcompensate. So that's how a lot of people run over cones, stuff like that, because the truck is going to drift. I'm sorry, it's going to drift away. So the way you look at that in your mirrors, man, you got your front of your trailer. So your mirrors, man, once you start seeing your front of your trailer in that mirror, It's drifting. It's drifting. Either way. If it goes this way, man, the front of the trailer, you see the front of the trailer, man, right behind you in your mirror, where you hook up the glad hands, that's the front of the trailer. Once you start turning, man, you see that front of that trailer, be like, ah, you're drifting. So you need to turn to the drift. And that's where you get back under your trailer, straighten it back up, drive. But don't get in there, man. you know, you know, you're not swerving on nobody. You know what I mean? Cause a lot of people do that, and I've seen a lot of guys, man, about to jackknife the truck, and they, be overturning, turning the wheel too much. Because the trailer, man, is gonna drift. It's on that fifth wheel, so it's gonna, it's gonna drift, man. But you're gonna do that for a whole entire day. That's all you're gonna do. Straight line back and straight line back. Once you get the straight line back and down, I would say the next thing is gonna be they probably even take you to a 90-degree, type of deal. That they when they want you to do some kind of offset type backing. You know what I'm saying? So they might take you to a 90. You might go to the 90-degree backing, which means your truck's gonna be at a 90-degree angle, but your truck is gonna be, inside or where you need to be, like it's a dock. So no matter if your truck is straight, as long as your trailer is straight and they can get that stuff up out of there, man, and unload it, it's cool. Because some docks you're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to cock your trailer, man, and your truck can be like this. You know what I'm saying? As long as that trailer is lined up in the dock, it's cool. You know what I mean? Because that's the main part anyway. But you might go to that. Now that might take a little practice, man. They're gonna teach you to use mirrors. They're gonna teach you to look and use mirrors, especially when you're doing 90-degree. The tip for that, most guys, man, it's a tip. This is how I learned from a lot of overheads and stuff too. So a tip for that, man, is when they have you backing into a 90-degree or something like that, you want to be as close to this cone as possible. This cone, you're gonna have cones on each side. So when you turn it, man, you bring your trailer around. I want my back tire, my trailer tire, to be as close to this as it can be, because my trailer's gonna be doing this, going around it. So I want that back tire, man, to be, boom, like right here. I want it to be as close. I want it to be as close as possible. And because if I'm out here, I'm overturning. So I want my trailer tire to be right here. My left trailer tire, I want it to be as close. Because if I know if I'm close here, I'm good on the other side. I'm good because I can't see anyway. Once my truck is turned, that mirror is no good to me. You know what I'm saying? That mirror is no good. The passenger mirror is no good because I can't see. I can't see behind me no way. So I got to see this part. So I'm backing, and I'm looking for this cone. So if I'm looking for this cone, man, I'm backing, and I want that trailer tire, man, to be real close to this. Don't hit it, but I want it to be real close. So once you're doing that, I'm good on the right. So that means once I get in there and I think I'm good, now I can start straightening up. Now I can turn my wheel real hard to the right because my truck gonna start going back under the trailer. Then you're allowed to do a pull-up. I think they give you like a pull-up to do. They can't give you too many. I think you're allowed one. And but once you stop and pull up another, they're gonna count points against you. So you're allowed to pull up because you can't help but pull up. Sometimes you can get it right in there the first time, but they'll allow you a pull up. So after that, once you pull up, make sure you make that pull up count. If you got to pull up far, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that pull up counts, man, and then you can bag it on in. So you want to make that one gimme a good gimme. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna give you a pull up. So make sure you pull up, man, and sit there, bam, and get it in there. Another one they call, man, like offset backing, or some people do parallel parking. They teach you to do that at KLM. trick for that, tip for that, man. They usually give you the handouts. They usually tape off a part of the axle where you can see in your mirror, hey, when you see this tape, stop, turn, you know what I'm saying? Um, that's a good way to do it, but you can't see these cones, man. The cones are down here. You sitting in the truck, cones are down here. So you got to use all the mirrors, man. You got this little side mirror on the passenger side, it's pointing straight to the ground. Um, that way they have a cone sitting there, and it's like, hey, when your steps get right there to the cone, stop, turn. You know what I'm saying? Out in the real world, bro, it's not gonna be that. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna tell you when to stop, when to cut your wheel, when to do this. Nobody's out there doing that but you. Unless you got a, partner, you riding with a, something like that. But majority of the time, it's just you. So, a lot of the parallel parking, man, you're not gonna really use unless you're trying to park for the night and go to sleep. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be trying to use that to get no dock. You know what I'm saying? I haven't anyway. Uh, but if anything too difficult, man, when you get out there and you can't get in the dock, hey, tell them, man, see what they unloaded from the street, or depending on how the dock is. If you're not comfortable getting in there, because a lot of tricks when you get out there, man, you got to slide your tandems. You got to figure it out, man. That what that get out and look stuff means. Get out, assess it, be like, all right, come from this way, you're back in this way. But you'll learn all that, man, at a later time. I'm just telling you what you're gonna be doing in the class. So you got the 90-degree, man. You got the offset parking, offset backing, and once you get all of those, pretty good, man. But before you do any of that stuff, man, when you hit the pad, you're gonna do a pre-trip. So before they even stick you in the truck, you're gonna be learning the pre-trips and stuff throughout. Even while you're doing your straight line back, they still gonna go pre-trips with you before you even enter the truck. So when you first got to class, they're gonna take you to the truck and say, hey, now we're gonna learn pre-trip. Pre-trip is, when I was going, it was like 108 parts. So they're gonna tell you start from the front, from the top of the truck, go down to the bottom. You're gonna do one side of the truck because you're not gonna do both sides. You're gonna do one side of the truck. And once you clear everything in the front, man, from lights to windshield to wipers, to the hood, to the grill, to underneath, to the bumper, lights, this, that. Once you clear all that, man, get all of it right, you're gonna go to the right of the truck. Well, left, it's gonna be the driver's side. But you're gonna go to the driver's side of the truck. They're gonna tell you to open the hood. This, that. You're gonna open the hood, and you're gonna name parts on the hood. They're gonna go to different things, man. My thing is, if you're going, technology is everything. So if back then, we wasn't YouTubing everything. You had to go physically learn this stuff. So now you can YouTube how to do a pre-trip, literally. And they will show you step by step, man, on each truck, whether it's a Volvo, Freightliner, Pete, whatever it is. You would do a full, you can go and watch that video, man, and you'll know a pre-trip back in your hand. Just like you learn rap songs, or whatever, or anything like that, man. Look at them videos, and man, they'll go over a pre-trip with you. They might word it a little different at the school, depends on the school. They might say little things differently. They say like nothing loose, nothing broken, nothing cracked, nothing leaking, nothing, this is that. And you're gonna say that throughout the whole thing. So they're gonna show you how to do that. All you gotta do is YouTube it. Man. I mean, you can actually YouTube the general knowledge test and practice. Literally, man. You can YouTube the general knowledge thing, man, and practice. But I'm a hands-on person, so I like to be hands-on and see what I'm doing. And I can visualize it, man, by myself when I'm by myself. So you can YouTube, man, how to do pre-trips. You can YouTube how to, you can YouTube the general knowledge thing. But again, man, this is just like for new beginning drivers or people thinking about getting into the field. So these are not the old heads, man. We all know how we did it. Some people started way earlier than I have, way earlier than we did. So It all depends on how people learn and where they get it from. Uh, but definitely, man, you can YouTube this stuff and you can see how to do a pre-trip. You know, uh, some people might learn better like that. So, man, make sure you look at the videos. Find you a good video, man. Somebody just really doing it and not just running through the situation. You know, you want to kind of go through it, man, with somebody just there explain each part they're touching. So a lot of people, you got to touch it to know what it is. You touch this, you touch that, you know what the part is. And so if you got a truck, man, somebody that got a truck, or your dad, your uncle, somebody got a truck, man. Hey, pop the hood on it. Just go out there and do a little pre-trip, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, Pre-trip consists of a lot of stuff. You got to name stuff, especially when you get off in the in cab. When you get in the cab, man, you mess up on one part in that cab, done. One part on the pre-trip, man. Especially in the in cab, you can't get anything wrong in there. As soon as you mess up on one thing, it's over. So when you forget, but they're not gonna tell you. So when you forget it, they're gonna tell you once you're doing it, practicing. But when it comes time to actually do the test, they're not gonna say anything. They're just gonna sit back, do a little clipboard, you know. And you miss one part, man. One part. That can go from putting your seatbelt on, fail. You can get everything right, every little, the whole air brake, pumping the brake down thing. You get everything right, man. And you be like, you done? And you say, yeah. I fail. Test off. You know what I mean? Because you forgot to put on your seatbelt. So it's gonna be a habit, man. They're gonna instill it in your brain. So when you get in the truck, seatbelt. I mean, as soon as you get in there, man, it's gonna be like a everyday function, man, like brushing your teeth or something. You know what I'm saying? Or blinking your eyes is gonna be seatbelt. So you want to get in there, man. You want to do that, but you want to make sure you get all that in cab stuff correct, man. You don't want to mess up on none of that. So once you get out the in cab, man, once you get out the cab, come down, do your steps, man. Most batteries are not visible, so a lot of people tend to forget the batteries on the pre-trip because the batteries are under the flap. Sometimes they're under the step. For most trucks, they're going to be under the steps. So a lot of steps come up. I know on the Peaks, they got a little thing, pull it up, twist it, come down, batteries are right there. Internationals, same way. They got a little thing, lift up, batteries right there on the step. Um, you got to know these things because you can't see them. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people tend to forget the batteries. So the pre-trips, man, you're gonna learn. I mean, it's a repetition thing. Once you go in the order, man, it's gonna be like a song in your head. And that's how it was to me. It was like a song, man. I was like, reciting the song that I just learned, man. I'm just doing. I'm going, and it's like a little beat in my head, and I'm going. You know what I'm saying? That's how I learned. And you're gonna go all the way to the back of the truck, all the way to the end of the trailer, man. And it's gonna be say the same on the other side. Um, Once you do that, man, then they'll put you inside the truck. Once you get inside the truck, man, again, seatbelt, and the instructor's gonna tell you where to go. He's gonna tell you to make left and right turns. He's gonna pass the sign. Make sure you look at your signs on the road, man, when you're taking the driving test. Because once you're taking the driving test, as soon as you pass the sign, he's gonna ask you what the sign say. Because he want to know if you're looking ahead already. And the key to that, the key to driving test, man, the key to just driving, period, looking ahead. I look way ahead, Um, you gotta look ahead, man, because just don't look directly in front of you. You gotta do that too, but that's just not your main focus. Like right here, you gotta, your eyes gotta be that way. So, you pair different signs, man. It's gonna be speed limit signs, pedestrian signs. It's gonna be yield signs. It's gonna be stop signs. It's gonna be all these different signs, and they're gonna ask you, hey, what this sign was, what the sign say. Then they're gonna take you down some little 2-lane road first. Then they're gonna put you on the E-way. See how you merge on the traffic real good. See how you do that. See how you judge distance. See if you, because you're gonna be in a truck like this. Your head gonna be like a swivel, man. Mirror, front, mirror, front, mirror, front. That's how you're gonna be doing the whole time. Um, you know, they're gonna tell you, hey, we're gonna make a right up here, you know, with so and so, or they're gonna tell you get off at next exit, whatever, whatever. You know, so when they say you get off at the exit, man, already being in lane, you know, especially if you're in the other lane, go ahead on and get over. They're gonna tell you, hey, we're gonna make a right up here at so and so, so and so. So if I know if it'll make a right, I'm gonna slow up, man. A lot of times you want to slow up and let traffic go head on, hit your signal, and a lot of traffic just gonna shoot by you anyway. So you just get on over, man, in the lane, make sure. Now it depends on, you know, especially when you get off on the E-way. You know, you'll always be in the right, you know, no matter what. But if you're going down the city street, you be like, hey, we're gonna make a left at the stop sign, and don't get all the way over. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to compensate for the trailer. So when you're turning, and so when you hit a curb, fail. Done. So when you hit a curb, fail. I don't care if you're almost back at the yard. So when you hit the curb, fail. Um, so if you got to make a turn like that, man, you want to stay wide. You know, you want to turn your signal on, man, because sometimes you can get in this lane, but you want to swerve out, and you want to make a turn. So you might have a median there at the turning thing. So you don't want to hit the median either. So you want to make sure you're out wide enough and judging properly where you can miss that median with your truck and you can miss the curb with your trailer. So a lot of that, man, is going to take, you know, the feel for it. Now, the way I did it, man, I used to let someone go first, you know, because I was green, didn't know anything about it. So I let someone go first and see what they were going to do. And once they went first, I'm like, okay, now I got it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I did it, man. I was a person that you show me something, then I do it. You know what I'm saying? So I let someone else go before me. I'm like, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? So now I know what not to do. And so I just go do it. So that's how you want to do that, man. You don't want to hit no curbs. But once you do everything good, man, you get back to the yard, done. CDL yours. Now, if you want to take in additional stuff like tanker, you know, you got tanker, you got triples and doubles, and you got hazmat. So you want to take those tests, you know, you can. I know we had the option to do it. We had to pay for it. But now, the school my wife went to, nah, you know, they included that stuff into it, even though they still paid for it throughout their tuition. But you know, they didn't have to pay like right there. You know, me, I had to pay, boom, boom. You know, if I want to take this test, I had to pay some money to take the additional, you know, endorsement test. So it's good to have the endorsement, man, because you never know what you might run into. You know, you might have a job that, you know, you had to pull triples and doubles and you want the endorsement, or hazmat and you want the endorsement. You know, so, you know, a tanker, you want the endorsement. So you never know, you know, what you might end up hauling. And they pay a little bit more for those type of deals. So, but that's what you're going to be learning, man, at school. You know, general knowledge, you know, you're going to be written test first. And that's usually one day, especially in a 3-week course, they're usually one day of testing. I mean, one day of like classroom work. You know, just one full day, literally. I think you got like Monday and Tuesday. I think Wednesday you're testing, right? Like you got like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday you going to test. You know what I'm saying? And after that they're gonna stick you out on the road. Once you're done with test, you coming right back and you're on the pad. You know what I'm saying? So it's literally 1 or 2 days of just classroom work. Because like I say, the first day is just literally paperwork. It's just paperwork. And so you literally got like a day, you know, like a day and a half actually, to learn all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you basically got a day and a half or 100 questions. Because it's 50 on general knowledge, 25 on average, 25 on combination. So you got to learn all that, just like they got to absorb that knowledge, man, get it in, pass it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just teaching you how to get your license. They're not teaching you how to drive and, you know, what you're going to do on them. They teaching you how to get your CDL, bang. So that's my tip for you guys, man. That's what you're going to be doing. If anybody wanted to know about getting to see what you're going to be doing in the class, this is it right here, man. So, um, um, other than that, that's it, man. Also, man, I saw some comments on the last video, man, and appreciate everybody for commenting, man. Appreciate your feedback and everything. Um, you know, they come in on a lot of companies ain't making money. A lot of people don't make money in this field, and they don't. A lot of people don't, man. But I'm here to say, we do pretty good, and we doing pretty well, man. Of course, on top of other incomes too. So, but we doing pretty well in just that one. You know what I'm saying? Just basically driving. We're doing real good. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I appreciate everybody's feedback, man. Make sure you hit the shop, man. Get you some merch, BT Water 80 on Instagram. Hit the follow button. Make sure you hit the join button, man. On YouTube, man. Hit the join button. Hit the subscribe button, man. Hit the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping any kind of content, man. So, man, I'm about to get finished with this. Hit this gym, man. Y'all get the gym vlog today, too. It's your boy, BT Water, man. I'm out.